Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So welcome to Specky Speak, and this is my very first channel. This has been a channel that I have been thinking about for about 2 years in starting. God has been telling me, go ahead and start your motivational channel. I was at a point in my life that I had thoughts, not suicidal thoughts, but just thinking about why am I in this position, Lord? Why am I not moving from here to there? And I have been always asking him questions, and each time he has been telling me one thing. So he has been giving me one answer, but I don't know if I was naive or what, but I wasn't actually listening to. So in terms of you're hearing but you're not listening, and there's a difference between the two. So I've been hearing him but I haven't been listening. And then each time I keep on going over the same thing, saying the same prayers, and the same answers keep on coming. So I decided that I'm gonna stop hearing, but I'm gonna listen. And by listening, it has motivated me now to start my channel so that I can uplift others. I can let others know that hey, it's not you alone. There are millions of people going through the same thing, and these are some of the things that I have tried. These are some of the trials. These are some of the do's and don't. These are some of the successes. These are some of the failures. So my channel will entail giving you motivational quotes. It also gives you a word for the week. And I also do interviews with persons who have gone through adversities, who have risen above their difficulties, and now they are very successful in their different career. So there has been one answer that I've been getting from the Lord since I've been asking him, and he has been telling me to trust his timing. So all of us can attest to it that we set a quota, or we set things in our lives that hey, for example, at the age of 20, at the age of 30, at the age of 40, 50, wherever you so desire, I'm supposed to achieve things. So things in terms of I'm supposed to marry and have children by the age of 30. I'm supposed to be successful in my career at the age of 25. I'm supposed to have a home at the age of 40. I'm supposed to be driving a car at the age of 45. So whatever the situation might be, whatever the desire might be, we do set time frame. But I'm here to remind you this morning that you should trust his timing. His timing is not our timing, and our timing is not his timing. So the word for this week is trusting his timing. Let's go. Don't ever think that God is not hearing your prayers and requests. It's just not your time yet. Just trust the process. Have you ever been praying for a situation to change and it seems like God is not answering your prayers? God's perfect timing does two things. It grows our faith as we are forced to wait and trust in God. And it makes certain that He and He alone gets the praise and glory for pulling us through. Psalms 31 verse 15 says, "My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of mine enemies and from them that persecute me." In the scriptures, it tells us that once you trust in God and his timing, you will be delivered. In the book of Daniel, we read that Daniel was persistent in fasting and prayer. And it shows us that Daniel's faith and trust in God allowed him to go through his adversities, and he was triumphant in the end. It also highlights in Daniel that he was very honest before God. So, with that said, we cannot be asking God for something that we don't want. And we cannot be asking God for something that we're asking Him for half when we expect a whole. Or when we're asking Him for a whole when we know it's only a half we need. We have to be very, very honest before God. If you're not honest, He knows. So if you can hide something from the person beside you, from your partner, from your children, from your friend, from your boss, you cannot hide it from God. Because even when you think that you're hiding it from him, He is within our brain and he knows our thoughts. So when you're praying for things, be very honest before him. Daniel prayer reached God from the very first day. And with that said, sometimes we're praying for something and we pray for the one thing repeatedly because we set a time frame and we expect, all right, by the end of March, I'm supposed to get my dream job. I'm supposed to drive my car. I'm supposed to have my home. And we pray from it from the 1st of March and we're praying straight back until the 31st of March. And if it does not mean that time frame, we're still praying. But remember that God listens and he heard us from the very first prayer. So when you're praying, pray, be very honest in your prayer. And remember that God listens and he hears us from the very first thing. So in a sense like that, we need to pray and have faith. Have faith that he's going to grant us. Trust in him that he's going to give it to us. And if he doesn't give it to us in the time frame that we so desire, we should remember that we should trust his process. So let's repeat together. Trust his timing. Trust his process. Be honest before God and he will deliver. So this is an encouragement to continue and be persistent in our conversation with God. For he hears the prayers of the righteous. Psalms 34 verse 17. And I want to leave you with this thought today. So it's a food for thought. When it is hard to pray in waiting, we are wise to remember the words of Oswald Chambers. Prayer does not fit us for the greater work. Prayer is the greater work. Right? So I do hope that you are blessed by the thought for this week. Remember to trust his process, trust in his timing. God answers prayer. He heard us from the verse prayer. We should be honest. So just go ahead, subscribe to my channel. I have more exciting things to come. And do have yourself a blessed rest of the week. Bye, guys.